I really love your passion and I admire your love for data science. There are billions of people around the globe, and you are chosen to really love it. Data science is actually very fascinating, and this fascination really draws you to understand and study and deal deeper into it. It's like a basket where everything can be really fit in, no matter how big or small that certain piece is. It is a field where all expertise can be brought in and tied together to form a new idea, new concept, and it offers solution. We can bring business and programming in one place. We can bring economics, psychology, computer science, and design so that we can come up with something new, something unique and practical that can solve problem in the most economical, simplest, and cheapest way. And this is what makes data science so fascinating. It's very attractive aside from the fact that the monetary compensation can be very much overwhelming too. However, our study of data science is not actually a walk in the park because there are so many things that you really have to consider. It is not just about a certain concept that you're going to memorize and analyze or even synthesize, but it has something to do with its application and how it can change the world for the better. I know what you have in your mind. Sometimes you could think that and feel that it's really very scary to think that you are learning data science because you are actually considering a lot of things. The dynamics of data science make you feel uncomfortable. So you have to understand coding, you have to know statistics, you have to learn machine learning. You also have to learn the different domains. You have to understand communication. You have to also have understanding of the business, because all of these things are actually very necessary if we would like to be a person who is top-notch. Because being into the field of data science, you are not expected at least one skills because you are expected to know more than one skill. For example, you are not just expected to describe the status of the data of your company, of the business for the moment, but you're also expected to understand the prediction. Because with this prediction, you will be able to identify if your business will thrive for the next few years. And so with this, you are expected to communicate with your bosses, with your departments, the scenario of the business for the present time, so that you will be able to understand and strategize what you're going to do for the future. And for you to do that, you need to know the data science of your business. And so this is why learning data science, especially if you do it by self-study, is actually very challenging. It's because you really have to think of a lot of things. And so we are going to talk the different challenges that a person who would like to learn data science by self-study. So before we continue, please hit that subscribe button down there to enjoy more our deep learning mathematics, the natural language processing, the mastering machine learning algorithm, and the data science tips. Learning data science by self-study is the most preferred learning approach by anyone who is too busy for a certain profession. You just would like to learn at your own pace the data science, and I understand that, and I've been to that. And it's actually very difficult to learn by yourself, this kind of field, because it's really very technical. So what are these challenges that we have to know, that we have to understand, so that we would be able to prepare ourselves for us to learn data science the fastest way possible, or in the most efficient and the most effective way? Your challenge number one is that you don't have a clear learning path. What could be the reason of having no clear learning path? The reason for this is that we don't understand what data science really is. So in our past video, we talked about what data science is, the different skills that you need to have, and the different roles of a person who would like to be in the data science field. It's not actually a one-man, one job, but it's made up of a lot of skills and different persons. If you don't understand what data science is, the result would be that you don't understand or you would not have any knowledge about the different prerequisite skills. And so because you don't understand the different prerequisite skills, the result would be that you don't know how to make your learning path. And your study will just be on and off, on and off. For example, you will just go directly into the application without understanding the concepts. Understanding the concept is actually very important in all fields because without having the foundation of these concepts, it would be very difficult for you to combine, to integrate the different skills, the different concepts, so that you can make a certain outcome very excellent. For example, if you understand the concept of predictive analytics, then it's good. But then it could be better if you also know the gradient descent, the loss function, the maximum likelihood. It's because understanding and knowing all of these things, all of these concepts would help you make a better prediction. And this is the reason why you always have to go back to the basic. And the basic is that you really have to understand what data science is as a whole. This can help you make a better roadmap of your learning path. If you don't have any clear learning path, you will never have a focus. And why I said that? It's because when you read a certain idea, you will just directly read it, study it, and learn it without even knowing how it connects to the other ideas, other concepts, and other skills you have already learned or you are just learning. And this is why connecting all the dots of your learning is actually very important should you want to make connections from the very beginning of your study to the end of your study. And it is always like that: theories, applications, then evaluation, then go back to theories, application. The tendency would be that if you don't have any focus is you would spend more time on theories and maybe don't have any time for applications or just very less time for applications. Challenge number 2. You don't have any ideas about the skills demanded for you to become a person who is expert in data science. I have already said this one in our past lesson about the different roles in data science. If you don't understand the different roles in data science, the tendency would be that you will just pick any of those skills and learn what you think is very interesting without even knowing what you need and what your goal is. For example, if you want to be a data engineer, what are the things that you're going to first learn? So it is really very important to understand the first things first rule. If you don't want to do this, then everything will just be topsy-turvy and everything is all mixed up in your mind, and at the end of the day, you won't understand anything. So it's really very important to first know what role would you want to be expert in before diving in other fields in data science. So my suggestion is that if you would like to be a data analytics manager, you first study the different set of roles demanded of you to become a data analytics manager before going to another field, say for example, database administrator. Challenge number 3. Data science learning by self-study can be difficult because you don't have any clear goals. What is it that you really want? Your mind is not certain about the different things that's going around. Having a very clear goals in mind would help you really design your learning path the best way possible. I have been telling you about this one, that you have to personalize your learning path. These goals too would help you identify what course you're going to buy. When your goals are clear and you know your learning path because you know what role you want, then it would be easier for you to really focus on. It would be easier for you to identify which courses online you're going to buy. You can save your time, you can save your money, you can save your effort. Challenge number 4. Data science can be really very boring. But of course, for other people, it would be very interesting. And because it's really very boring, the tendency would be that along the way, you would lose interest. Most especially when everything really gets tough. And in most cases, you would lose enthusiasm, especially when there is no one beside you who would be your mentor, who would be the person to inspire you when something gets tougher. Studying data science alone is really very taxing and very lonely. So this is the reason why I would like to encourage everyone to be a member of different groups online. There are a lot of groups on Facebook and on any other platforms where you can find the same-minded people. You can discuss with them the different concepts, ideas about data science. Challenge number 5. You are just influenced by the hype of data science. It is time to ask yourself, is this really the right path for you? Because sometimes if we are just influenced by our peers and we don't have that capability or skills to dive into the field, then at the end of the day, we would be losing our interest. As what I have said, data science is for everyone, but not everyone is really for data science. So before you start your career in data science, you really have to ask yourself, do you have what it takes to become a data scientist? I'm asking this because if you don't have the passion, if you don't have that heart for data science, I think you would just be wasting your time and money for this. And I want to be honest with you, I really would like you to be productive. Never waste your time and money and efforts. If you feel that data science is not really for you, there are actually a lot of jobs out there where you can find fulfillment. So as early as now, you have to decide, are you really for data science or are you for another field? It is time for you to think. So do you want to know more about my YouTube channel? Just click the card on your right screen. You can enjoy more our deep learning mathematics, mastering machine learning algorithm, the natural language processing, and data science tips. Learn and upskill for free.